I do what I work on the projects that are in development, right? And so, I think the Snyder Cut was Zack's vision realized, and it was a really satisfying, story told. But there's no plans for additional work on that material. So
That was a good answer. What's the problem? The reaction to this Jim Lee video of being asked about is Justice League 2 and 3 in development or something like that when it comes to, obviously, his involvement when it came to the storyboards, which I love the fact that he answered about how they are out there now because he thought maybe they would have gotten thrown away, but he's glad that people got to see them, has been pretty interesting because you're getting mainly right here, but then of course you got your agitators that want to use this against the other side that are now turning against Jim Lee. And if you don't think that's actually happening, go to my Twitter. Why are you going to ask Jim Lee during this panel when he's drawing things and it's all about comic books? I mean, I get that he's part of DC Entertainment and he's supposed to be in the know about a lot of things, but man, when it comes to Warner Brothers Discovery, everything's kind of just up in the air right now. That's the thing. Up in the air. And I think he answered perfectly fine. And the people over here that are now turning on Jim Lee, and saying that he answered, he was negative about it and blah, blah, blah. No. He just answered in the way that you didn't want him to answer. That's what happened. He didn't answer negatively. No. He just answered to his own knowledge. But things are constantly changing when it comes to the movie world and Warner Brothers and DC Films. He's not the head of DC Films. I mean, yes, he's part of the entertainment, but I think he has more involvement when it comes to, a lot of the TV shows that maybe some of us don't fully like, but it's still Jim Lee, icon. Then you got the agitators that just want to push the buttons for the people over here. You know how it is. It's always like one side or the other. And then, of course, you got this little middle ground right here where you kind of go like, all right, we'll just look at it this way, both people. It's like, hey, we don't know what's going to happen. Things are constantly changing. It's perfectly fine how he answered the question. It's still Jim Lee. He's an icon. He supported Zack Snyder's Justice League. He created art for it, the variant covers. Just very much. He very much supported that. He supported Zack. I mean, to be a fly on the wall when they were coming up with those whiteboards and he was drawing them out as they were writing things out, Jim Lee, Zack, and that guy with the ball cap. To be a fly on the wall when that craziness was happening. I mean, I tell you what. So stop it. I mean, it's perfectly fine. He answered just fine. Okay? So let's relax. We're good.